Oh, you're going to love this one. Everybody who knows me knows that I'm a dog guy. I wear my dog lapel pins. I love, my dogs keep me going. Our next guest wrote a children's book to benefit dog rescue, and it's a way to kind of give back. Roxy's Forever Home by Teresa Pelham tells the story of one amazing dog and her journey as a homeless pooch to foster home and forever home. Imagine that, going from a foster home to the forever home. Kid, you got to see. Kid, look, Roxy, where's your baby? Where's your baby?
She's a little lucky dog, isn't she?
She is absolutely beautiful. This is Roxy, and this is actually Teresa Pelham. So you're the author of the book. This is Roxy. Tell us a little bit about how you got involved with writing this book and rescuing Roxy.
Roxy's my first dog. I have never owned a dog before.
Really?
And she just took my heart, and I love her, and I just couldn't stop thinking about what I could do to, oh my God, isn't she funny?
She's so stressed being on TV.
Oh yes, it's really killing her. I really wanted to give back to the rescuers. There's a lot that goes into saving a dog from the streets, keeping them healthy, transporting them here, finding them foster homes. So I decided to write this book, and as soon as we break even, I get to write a check to the very person who rescued her, Melissa Adams, in Georgia. But I haven't broken even yet, but maybe if everyone who's watching now goes to roxysforeverhome.com and buys a book, I will sign it. Roxy will sign it.
Oh, really?
And
that's neat.
Maybe today we'll push that over the edge, and tomorrow I get to write a check.
Whatever we can do to help out the puppies. I got to ask you, tell me a little bit about her backstory, where she came from, when, what the environment was like where Roxy was, and give us an idea.
Yeah, I made the story a little simpler because it's for children, but what actually happened was that she was on the side of the road with her mom and her siblings, her litter mates, and the man who owned her didn't want to feed her anymore, didn't want to feed the mom anymore. So the puppies were all starving. They were 5 or 6 weeks old. And the rescuers took them all in, got them all healthy. She needed IV medicine, she needed, fluids and love, and she got all of that. And then when they were ready to be transported, actually all of them came up to the Northeast. One, her mother's in Rhode Island now. One of her siblings lives in Switzerland now.
Oh my gosh! Really?
So here are these dogs that, I mean, she's really good PR for the, the mixed breed dogs. You can get any kind of dog you want, but I mean, she's a pretty good dog.
What is she?
Well, we had her DNA tested, and she's 3/8 unknown mix.
So am I. What a coincidence!
We all are, right? So 3/8 is very close to 4/8, and you know that 4/8 is a half. So she's really almost a half. We don't know. They did tell us that she's a Great Dane. Yeah. Clearly, she's a Great Dane at 27 pounds. Corgi, Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, and German Shepherd.
All right, let's take we got some great pictures here that are actually from the book there. There's Roxy.
There's Roxy. She was really hungry and she was thirsty, and I go through this whole book as a PowerPoint when I do the school presentations. I've been doing author visits. And there she is arriving in Farmington at her foster home. And the beauty of the foster home is that the dogs get socialized with kids, with dogs, with cats. So you're not just taking this dog out of a cage. You're taking a dog that's lived with a family, and you know exactly what you're getting. We knew that she was great with kids, great with dogs. When we do these author visits, she'll get 600 kids petting her in a week.
Oh my gosh.
And she loves it.
Now we have some other shots here of another rescue. Tell us a little bit about Annie.
Annie is part of a slideshow that we created from photos. I went down to Tennessee and Georgia last summer to do some research for the book to see where Roxy's roots were.
So this is kind of a before and after.
Yeah, so here's Annie, and Annie was a 9-year-old heartworm positive chocolate lab. Really just her days were numbered. She was at a high kill shelter in Georgia. And she was adopted by a retired pediatrician who's had dogs his whole life, and he said she's the best dog he's ever had. And so now she lives on a lake in Maine, chasing tennis balls, swimming every day.
That's a happy dog.
And I mean, this dog really had no future there, and because there are these rescuers, they go into the shelters and they find dogs that they think are adoptable. Now, who would think a 9-year-old heartworm positive dog is adoptable? But Of course.
There's a home for everybody.
That's right.
But tell us real quick, if you can, before we wrap up, some events, some very cool events that you're involved in.
Yes, we've got one at the Hillstead Museum. That's the May Market, which is a very, very big event, and that's in Farmington.
Yeah. And what's going on over at Lake Quasi?
Oh, there's a 5K. I think there's maybe a walk also, a shorter distance.
Yeah.
And that's on April 28th is it Middlefield?
Yeah, that's where it is. Yeah,
Middlebury
is where Quasi is.
Quasi.
Yeah.
And Roxy and I, we may run this 5K. I'm kind of an obsessive 5K runner, and she runs so fast that it slows me down. If someone thinks that they can keep up with her, then I'll let them run with her. If they can go maybe 8-minute mile, that would be good.
All right, now, again, and when's the Farmington event going to be? What's the date on that?
That's May 11th. And then actually, also at the Hillstead Museum on May 19th is a pet parade.
Oh, cool.
And that's going to be really neat. We're going to see a pet cemetery.
Oh, wow.
That's about 100 years old.
All right, now how can people help out? How can they get involved and really get to help rescue animals and make some good donations?
Well, you can buy the book, www.roxysforeverhome.com.
Roxysforeverhome.com. Okay, cool.
And they can also consider fostering. If you have a fenced-in yard, especially, if you have another dog that likes other dogs, you can foster. And it's not a big commitment. You have a dog for just a short time until someone else comes along and adopts that dog.
And you know what's great? A lot of times when you foster, you fall in love.
Well, yeah, but you can't keep them all.
I know. I'd like to keep them all. I have my two dogs. My two dogs are actually at home right now. And it's great. Roxy's Forever Home is the name of the book, and I know my dogs are watching right now. Abby and Sonny are definitely tuned in, so they watch the show every day. This is great, and really, if you really want more information, you can always go to WTNH.com. This is just fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you, Roxy.
Thank you,
Teresa.
Steve.